Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Hope you're having a good morning. We're here for World Tour Flight 278. We're at Presidente Nicolau Lobato International Airport in Dili, Timor-Leste, the capital of East Timor, the eastern portion of the island of Timor. The rest is controlled and administered by Indonesia. We're going to be headed over to Indonesia. We're going to be headed over to, I'm not sure if this is Gusti Negara the first. I mean, it's kind of Gusti Negara Rai International Airport, which happens to be in Tuban, Badung Regency on the island of Bali, Indonesia. I'm not sure where I get a Denpasar. That's the city nearby. We're going to be flying Batik Air, flight 8061 in the Airbus A320, FlyByWire A20N mod. We should be taking off about 12:50 in the afternoon out of Dili today. Inside the plane, get things set up. And of course, I brought out my 737 paperwork and not my A320. Got a little ahead of myself. Next flight, we're in the 737. Alright, let's make sure, do our safety check. Engine master switches 1 and 2 are off. Ignition selector. Weather radar off, and landing gear lever down, wipers off. Battery 1 and 2, looking that they're over 25.5 voltage. Battery 1, battery 2. And external power. Have logo lights on. AP fire test. Master switch. 3 seconds. Start. Strobe light auto. Don't need the wing light or anything. Back a little bit later. Here checking the acupressure. The brakes is the green. Flaps are 0. Speed brake retracted. Probe window heat auto. Right there, that one auto. No light. APU bleed on. Air conditioning panel check, no white lights. X bleed is auto. Temperature selector set. Electrical panel check, no lights except for the generator 1 and 2 have the amber lights default. Vent panel. Still hard time finding the vent panel. There it is. Those no white lights. Buttons we want to check. Recall. Door page. Got the cargo door open. Hydraulic page. Check for quantity. Not sure where we check because low and 0. And engine page checking the oil quantity. 24.3, 24.3. Emergency equipment checked, circuit breakers checked, external walk around. That first officer is going to go do that. So that's kind of the first officer flow right there. Now we're going to do our captain's flow. Grab some of these screens so we can see.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. The terminal staff are ready to send the passengers down. Can we start boarding?
Yes, you can start boarding if you're ready.
Excellent. We'll get started then, and I'll let the rest of the crew know we're ready. It might take a few minutes for the passengers to start arriving, though.
Ground to cockpit.
All stations prepare to start boarding.
Go ahead. Hi there. Just to let you know that we've started fueling the aircraft. We'll let you know as soon as it's completed.
Alright.
Roger.
Our captain flow here. We're looking for all white lights off. Through oxygen supply, that light. Ground control we want on. CVR test. Buzzing. These are all off. Captain purser. Here's nav 1, 3, and 2. Down here, strobe is auto, beacon off, seatbelts will be on once we're done fueling, no smoking on, emergency lights armed.
A1 board crew. Passengers bus is coming.
Moving up, fuel pump should be on for that Q. Engine 1 fire test. 2 fire test. Here, audio switching normal. White lights. All right. Right, radio management panel right here. Looking to see that the RMP is on. It's on. Green nav light is
Passengers boarding started.
off. Bell light is off. There it is right there. And frequencies are set. Alright. Boarding is beginning, so we'll get here our boarding as well. We're having a thing in Alright, NCFMC. Current air rec. I gotta remember to update that. We're gonna be good through the rest of my time off, but then I have to remember to do that during the week or right before our flight next week. So we go to in a page, pull it right from SimBrief, grabs that all in, Whiskey Papa Delta Lima to Whiskey Alpha Delta. Our alternate is Whiskey Alpha Delta Lima, which is Lombok International Airport. Flight
Ground to cockpit.
Batik 8061, cost index
Go
13.
ahead. Hi, Captain. Fueling has been completed. Roger.
Double checking 13, flight level 380. WADD, WPDL for our airports. This here the second page. Check that. Airfield weight 60.8, and if we jump up here, 32.86, 32.9, perfect. Hello, Apple Juice, welcome back. Glad to have you here. Right, fuel 6.1. Takeoff weight 66.7. Landing weight's gonna be with that fuel burn. here to the average wind component, +4 today. We have a tailwind, help us with our landing weight. You can see our landing weight went up because we don't burn as much fuel. Going to the flight page, flight plan page. Checking here, Mubra, Whiskey 42, Hebgu, and then our arrival airport.
Dili Tower, Batik 8061, parking 3, request clearance to Gusti, Ngurah, with information Juliet. Batik 8061, cleared to Gusti, Ngurah, 5 Phylum 2, departure, runway 08, initial climb 3000, then is filed, squawk 6546. Cleared to Gusti, Ngurah, via Phylum 2, departure, runway 08, initial climb 3000, then is filed, squawk 6546, Batik 8061. Batik 8061, read back correct, report when ready. Will report when ready, Batik 8061.
Alright, so we got runway 8. The Phylum 2. Mission gonna be Mubra. Hurt. Your discontinuity. I think our navigraphs is all set up. Yep, it is. Alright. Performance page. Transition altitude is 12,000. Transition level is going to be 14,000, flight level 140. Gotta get the MEDAR for. Actually, put it this way, we'll pull it in from here. So I think we don't have a MEDAR for, or go from the, we'll look at the TAF. Look at the TAF. Still smoke, but we do have VFR conditions now. We're still saying wind 160 degrees 5 knots. I'm not really sure where we should go with that. Like information, haven't had it. Alright, got it here. Performance. Calculator. Have it. Multi-step process now because for some reason my calculator is not automatically pulling in the MEDAR data, so I have to find the MEDAR data. And if you have an airport where you don't have it, you kind of have to go. Pressure 1012. In. Celsius. Alright. Now we have it all set up. Alright. So config 2. Not a laps 2 in a long time. But we do have a short runway, so. Flex temperature 58. Thrust out at 1200 AGL. This is 12,000. Key speeds 142. Rotate at 142. And 147. D2. Cool. That there. Alright, we have a full flight today, you can see. 174 passengers. Plane is completely full. Haven't had one of those in a while. Oxygen test completed. PFD ND brightness as required. Loudspeaker set 1 o'clock. Anything with that one? PFD check display and data looks good. ND check display and data looks good. Flight director on. Flare shield lights, altimeter set, flight director on, LS off, FIS mode, CU speed Mach check dashed, heading, altitude, initially cleared altitude, standby instrument checked, anti-skid nose wheel steering on, audio control panel checked, weather radar off, frequency wind shear off, gain and tilt set mode as required, switching knobs all for normal. Status page, pressure page, setting elevation auto, cockpit door locked, thrust levers idle, engine 1 and 2 master switches off, normal mode selector for the engine, parking brake off and on, checking brake pressure. Gravity gear extension stowed. The mode selector auto. Better review this. System 1. Altitude reporting on. Standby for the TPS. Alright. Check the box. We are ready to go, so let's get we're ready to go in here. Got a few more minutes. See, I always go so fast. The self-loaded cargo is. I didn't have any. Yeah, again, yeah, that might just be on your end, internet, because it reports if I'm dropping frames or lagging, so it hasn't done too much of. Pretty good. So.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Departure checks completed. Bypass being inserted.
Come on. Why can't I move my camera? I move some.
Locking gear.
this is wild. Keep it. The heck? Just froze up. I can't move my plane. I can't do anything. Any views. Kidding me. I mean, it's just, there's got to be something. Always. Everything's locked up. There's certain things there. My stick and throttle don't work. My mouse can't interact with. Oh, just perfect. Just perfect. We've been haven't had any real issues like this, and kind of a new one. Okay, what are we doing here? Super annoying.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. All passengers are now on board.
I'm gonna do a restart here. I guess we just have to restart the
still-
flight. No idea what just happened there. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we'll just do a quick guy. There it goes again. Locked up. Loading and locked. All this really quick. The time's gonna take me to find this. The ILS is gonna. Alright. Let's try this again now. Luckily we don't have to plug too much in. Going. That's that's weird. That just kind of froze everything up on us. We'll make do. 5. On the flight number. Evil. Important. Not gonna. Flight number just doesn't want to work now. Okay. Whatever. Do 4 for the headwind, tailwind. Eight, Bilam, Urba, Ubra. Always gotta remember what system. Performance, flaps 2, flex 58. That 1, 2, 1, 147, 2. Be good right there. On. External power disconnected. X. Always got to be a little bit of a delay.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Hello.
Hi there, Captain. All of the passengers are now on board.
Thank you.
No problem.
Ground to cockpit. Go ahead. We're ready to disconnect. Thanks very much for your help. Pin straight ahead and we'll see you again soon.
Departure checks completed. Bypass
Cabin crew, arm the doors, please.
Alright. Double checking things that we kind of just flown through. Head back up. Alright, before start checklist, down to the line. Cockpit preparation completed. Gear, pins, and covers removed. Signs on and auto. Adheres nav. Fuel quantity 6,200 kilograms. Takeoff data set. Barrow 1012 set.
Dili Tower, Batik 8061. Request pushback and startup. Batik 8061. Pushback and startup approved. Pushback and startup approved. Batik 8061.
Back here. Don't need.
If use parking brakes, please.
Alright, let's see.
If use parking brakes, please.
Alright, below the line, windows and doors closed, beacon light on, thrust levers idle, parking brake, release.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Pushback. Okay, we don't really need a pushback.
Please set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Well, then we have a good engine start because... Start engine. Alright, starting engine 2. And while we're doing that, need to get going. Remember,
Penumpang yang terhormat, sesuai dengan peraturan keselamatan penerbangan sipil, kami mohon perhatian Anda saat awak kabin kami memperagakan cara menggunakan alat-alat keselamatan dalam pesawat. Sabuk pengaman Anda dipasang seperti ini dan dikencangkan seperti ini. Untuk mengeratkan, tarik talinya, melepaskannya,
Where am I?
angkat tumpukan
I'm
besi.
in
Apabila tekanan di
Milwaukee,
kabin berkurang secara tiba-tiba,
north of Chicago in the
masker
US.
oksigen akan
United
keluar
States.
dari panel di atas Anda sehingga terjangkau. Tarik masker ke arah Anda, pasang menutupi mulut dan hidung, kaitkan karetnya di kepala, dan bernapaslah seperti biasa. Penumpang yang membawa anak harus memakai masker oksigen terlebih dahulu, baru menolong anaknya. Pesawat Airbus A320 dilengkapi dengan 8 pintu dan jendela darurat. 2 pintu darurat di kabin bagian depan, 4 jendela darurat di kabin bagian tengah, 2 pintu darurat di kabin bagian belakang. Dalam keadaan darurat, lampu petunjuk jalan keluar akan menyala untuk menunjukkan jalan keluar terdekat. Baju pelampung Anda terdapat di bawah kursi dan hanya dipakai pada saat keadaan darurat di air. Cara menggunakannya, kalungkan baju pelampung melalui kepala, kancingkan, dan eratkan melingkari pinggang Anda. Baju pelampung dikembangkan sesaat sebelum Anda keluar melalui pintu darurat. Dan bagi penumpang yang keluar melalui jendela darurat dekat sayap, pelampung agar dikembangkan setelah Anda berada di atas sayap. Untuk mengembangkan baju pelampung, tarik sekerasnya kedua ujung merah. Jika baju pelampung tidak dapat mengembang dengan sempurna, tiup pipa karet. Lampu akan menyala jika baterai terendam air. Kartu petunjuk informasi keselamatan terdapat di dalam kantung kursi di depan Anda. Kami mohon Anda membacanya dengan seksama sebelum pesawat tinggal landas. Bila Anda membutuhkan bantuan, silakan menghubungi salah satu awak kabin. Terima kasih atas perhatian Anda dan selamat menikmati penerbangan ini.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. Just to let you know that the cabin is secure for takeoff.
Thanks.
Let me know when we're ready to take off and I'll get the crew seated and secured.
We're almost ready, so you can take your seats now.
No problem. All stations cleared for takeoff.
Ground spoilers armed. Rudder trim 0. Flaps takeoff. 2. Okay, flight control check. Wrong one. Flight control. Right. Pull up. Pull down. Pull up. Right. Left. Neutral. Rudder. Pull left. Right. Neutral. After start checklist. Anti-ice off, ECAM status checked, pitch trim set, rudder trim is 0. After start checklist complete. Request taxi clearance.
Batik 8061, request taxi. Batik 8061, taxi to holding point runway 08.
Alright, so here we're going to say clear
Taxi
left
to
side.
holding point runway 08.
I say clear right
Batik
side. No,
8061.
not really clear because these ground vehicles are sitting in the way, but not much we can do about that. Nose light taxi, runway turn off lights on, crane on ND, and auto brake. Brake release. going on the runway, taxiing. Turn all of our lights on, strobe on. Because radar, the wind shear. Basically, as if we're ready to take off right here. We're going to taxi down though to the left.
Runway 08, ready for departure. Batik 8061, line up runway 08. Line up runway 08, Batik 8061.
Okay, so we are ready for takeoff. We just gotta get lined up. Before takeoff checklist down to the line. Flight controls checked. Flight instruments checked. Briefing confirmed. Flap setting config 2. V1 speed 142, VR 142, V2 147, flex temp 58. Set. ATC set. ECAM memo. Takeoff no blue. Down to the line.
Batik 8061, wind 129 degrees at 6 knots, runway 08, cleared for takeoff. Runway 08, cleared for takeoff, Batik 8061.
That's what. No changes for our takeoff data. That wind. Quick check, landing lights on, strobe lights on, nose light takeoff, TCAS selector Tara, cabin crew advised, brake fans off, pack 1 and 2 as required. Come on. And approach path clear, below the line. Cabin crew advised, TCAS, Tara, engine mode selector normal, packs on. Before takeoff checklist complete. Takeoff. Flex thrust. Rotate. There's most of that runway there. Positive rate, gear up.
122.9, Batik 8061. Dili approach, Batik 8061, film 2, departure at 700, climbing 3000. Batik 8061, radar contact, proceed direct Bravo Echo Golf Romeo Oscar, then as filed, continue climb 3000, QNH 1012. Proceed direct Bravo Echo Golf Romeo Oscar, continue climb 3000, Batik 8061.
Flaps 1. Flying manually right now, just pulled back to the climb indent on the thrust levers.
Batik 8061, contact Bali Center 120.7. 120.7, Batik 8061.
50.
Bali Center, Batik 8061, Film 2, departure at 2,300, climbing
Cabin
3,000.
crew, you're free to move around the cabin.
Batik 8061, radar contact, continue climb, flight level 260.
Continue climb, flight level 260, Batik 8061.
Right on our right at Ataro Island. Right in front of us there, headed towards is the Archipelago, Alor Archipelago. We're going to be flying directly over all these islands, this string of islands on the southern part of Indonesia, southern island chain. Feet. Landing lights off. Crack them as well. Pump it back on. Autopilot engaged. After takeoff checklist, down to the line, landing gear up. Flaps retracted, packs on, down to the line. Below the line. Barrel reference, standard set. After takeoff checklist complete. Stable here, so we'll go seatbelt sign off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign, so you are now free to move around the cabin. However, for your safety, we do recommend that you remain seated with your belt fastened at all times during the flight. Thank you.
sim rate 1.
Batik 8061, contact Rujung Pandang Center 128.1.
128.1, Batik 8061. Ujung Pandang Center, Batik 8061, inbound Echo Lima Kilo Echo Kilo, at flight level 170, climbing flight level 260.
Batik 8061, radar contact, continue climb flight level 380.
Continue climb flight level 380, Batik 8061.
I think I had my mic off when I was saying that. Over there, that's East Timor and Indonesia. That's the island of Timor. And then over here is the archipelago, Alo Archipelago. We have Pantar Island, and Bata Island. All the islands, not all of them, but a bunch of them. Little tail. I'm flying on the Savu Sea. The south of these islands, on the north side of the islands is the Flores Sea, eventually the Java Sea. Our world tour has taken us on a pretty interesting trip in this area because we've been over here in the area. Yep, he just be chilling. Not a ton to be. Well, I mean, there are things first officers and captains are doing in the flight, but you get to a certain point and there isn't a ton. Workflow really goes down, and it's more just making sure the fuel flow is correct and checking weather and that stuff. But just chilling right now. Got his hands down, so don't want to have that hand sitting on the stick because this thing can be autopilot and bad things could happen. Yeah, we've been over here in this part of the world, obviously on this side of the world, but we had gone down into Australia and then came up to like Christmas Island, which is very close to Jakarta, actually. South of not where we're at right now, but went directly south to where we're at right now. We hit Australia, so we kind of came over here, then we went back out the other end of Australia, back out into the ocean, did all the island hopping up into Japan, down. Now we're kind of in the same area again, just kind of floating around. Also, have to remember that we're also coming up on summer in the south. I kind of have to remember that. I'm thinking, it's like, why am I not seeing any autumn trees? Where are the fall colors? And I was like, oh, that's right. We're in the south. We're in the southern hemisphere. We're going to see more of the. So you were asking where I'm from, so I'm going to pull it up on Google Maps just where I am. So I'm going to give you a direct kind of see where we're at and where I am. Alright, so here we are on Google, and there's Timor-Leste. We are right about here on our flight. I'll zoom out all over here. I'm, of course, in the US. Chicago. There's Milwaukee. So I live right here. Right now we're over here. Goose is up here in Myanmar, if I'm remembering correctly. And I actually lived for a number of years, 8 years. Lived here in Hangzhou. Shanghai for reference. Hangzhou. Actually, I originally lived in this little can right here. I lived in Hangzhou. Down here and up here. And way down here area. Then yeah, there it is. There's my apartment building. Just a long apartment in there. Giving you guys an update on what I've been doing. So I kind of said that I wanted to stream these World Tour flights in the morning, and then in the afternoon, if I had time, I'd stream some of my Pilot's Life, our Ibex Airlines career over in Japan. Now, eventually, I am going to do that, but right now, I've kind of gotten bogged down playing Madden football and looking at like NBA 2K24 for basketball. I'm trying to play those a little bit. And I'm finding that actually I'm getting like very addicted to playing Madden right now. But the nice thing with playing the football game is that I can jump in, play for like 20 minutes, and if need be, put it down or pause it or whatever it is, which is different from when we're flying. I mean, if I'm flying a long flight, flying something where I can put the autopilot on, I can step away and do other things around the house. But when we get to the point in the flight where either in the early stages of the flight where we're taking off, climbing, all that stuff, or in the later stages of the flight on descent, approach, and landing, really pause, at least for the stream situation. So making sure we have time to do a whole flight. But right now, at least the last couple of days, we've kind of got a lot of stuff to do. But I'm hoping I can jump in and get a few of those flights at some point. Maybe I get a day where I can just I don't know. But I'm kind of getting torn both ways because I love flying here and I have so many flights I want to do. But then I'm also really kind of in football mode too. So at some point I might stream some of that. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Still trying to get back into those kind of games. I was thinking we might use some time acceleration. Only an hour left on the flight though. Good on time. Looking all right on time. Not about good, but all right. Hear those toilets flushing away.
Good afternoon once again from the cockpit. I hope you're enjoying the flight so far. We've reached our cruising flight level. We're making good progress towards our destination and expect to arrive on time as planned. Unless anything changes in the meantime, you'll next hear from me around the time we start our descent, so I'll leave you in the hands of our excellent cabin crew. Thank you.
Simrate 2.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. I just wanted to come by and ask if everything was going okay.
Thanks for asking. Everything is going great.
If you need anything more, just give me a call. ensure all aisles are clear and bags are placed in the overhead lockers. That would be much appreciated. Thank you.
Simrate 1.
Batik 061, expect at 1 Echo, arrival, Tuban, approach, 109, report when ready for descent.
Expect that 1 Echo, arrival, Tuban, approach, runway 09, report when ready for descent, Batik 8061.
are about to serve our hot sauce and snack menu. Please make sure your tray table is in the down position to clear any items from the aisle. Thank you.
Batik 8061, ready for descent.
Batik 8061, descent flight level 180.
Descend flight level 180, Batik 8061.
Alright, so we got our arrival information. So we're going to descend to flight level 180. Belt signs on. Use a little time acceleration there. Gave off about maybe half an hour. Probably not. Yeah, maybe half an hour of the flight. 15 minutes. Not a ton. Alright, so let's go back in here. The enter destination data. So I'm going to go get an updated MEDAR actually disappeared because we can restart that flight. This.
Good afternoon once again from the cockpit. As you've probably noticed, we've started our descent. We should be arriving in around 20 minutes depending on local air traffic, and I will shortly be instructing the cabin crew to get the cabin ready for our arrival. After that, the seatbelt sign will be illuminated and you'll need to stay seated until after landing. On that note, if you need to use a toilet, then you should try to visit one now as they will be closed during the approach. You'll next hear from me after landing, so I will wish you a very good afternoon once again, and I'll speak to you in a short while.
Alright, so that met our data. Alright, so we're looking at Whiskey Alpha Delta Delta. Got winds 150 degrees at 6 knots. Temperature 27. A few clouds at 1,700 feet. UNH is 1011. Probably from about 29 minutes ago. unlimited visibility. Alternate, pretty similar. A little bit less visibility there, about 7 kilometers. That's still okay. Scattered clouds at 1,600 feet. Basically the same temperature and dew point. Tenacious. Right. So we got the arrival that they gave us. Got the Alright, so we got the Pebgu 1 Echo arrival. So we got to be above flight level 230 at Pebgu. You can see we're at 3,000, just above flight level 320 right now. Coming into Busty, Kodat, we have flight level above. Oh, here we have to be below flight level. Pebgu actually. Above flight level 180 at Kodat. And at Lakab, we're going to be above 9,000 feet. Nogus, Lusby, above 5,000. And then Kuta, that transition point, 3,000 feet at Kuta. Points I'm paying attention to here, I see we have 14,800. The highest point is 12,117 right here, so that's what we're kind of looking for, but we should be above flight level 180 this whole way, so none of this elevation is a big deal for us, unless for some reason we end up lower than that. Then we got the RNAV approach, runway 09. There's a transition point right there, Kuta. Final approach course is going to be 87 degrees at Delta 404. Right there, we're going to be at 1,700 feet. And our decision altitude in the LNAV and the VNAV is going to be 180 feet. 11,000 is our transition. To 3,000, then down to 2,500 at Delta 403, 1,700 at 404, and a 2.9 degree slope for the runway. Going around, we'll climb out 2,000 feet on course 87 degrees. Right turn back to right there. And once we land at the airport, we'll try to exit November 4, really quick exit. It'll probably be November 3 or November 2. I believe we're going to go, yep, International Terminal will be at the North Apron, so that left turn. Perfect. What they give us. Kind of confusing. Alpha 17, Bravo 71. Don't know. Guess we'll see when we get there. At our minimum. Actually, minimums are going to go right in here. Arrow 280. Go to the radio nav page. Cleared. I'm going to put in the VOR for Bali. We don't have an ILS to bounce off. Hey, there is. Go the opposite. There is an ILS for that. I always forget how that works. Actually, ILS. I'll put it in. I don't think it's actually... Again, we don't really need it. It's a clear day. Of course, we do 87 first. Okay. Alright, so Pep Goo, we were supposed to low flight level. Low level, oh no, 230. Okay, so we're fine. Busty, and then Kodat, we need to be above flight level 18. There you can see that restriction right there. There's our QNH 1011. Got a volcano over there. A lot of volcanoes along this stretch of islands. Mount Rinjani. Mount Rinjani. Alright, so a little information about the airport we're flying into is the gateway to Bali. That's the island. It is in Denpasar. That's where I'm getting the name. That's why so the title of this video is to Bali, but which is a little bit more recognizable than Denpasar, but Denpasar is the actual city. The airport is named after Colonel Gusti Ngurah Rai. Now I don't know if it's that, like, it just starts, his name has an I. It starts I and then Gusti. So I don't know if it's supposed to be I or first or what that is, and I can't find any information about it. But he was Indonesian national hero, commanded Indonesian forces in Bali against the Dutch during the Indonesian War of Independence, and he was killed at the Battle of Margarana in November of 1946. 29 years old. I was looking at his age, I'm like, oh yeah, well, and then when he was killed, I'm thinking, oh, that's World War II, but not World War II, it's the Indonesian War of Independence. But must have happened, yeah, right after, started basically right after the war ended out in the Pacific, or I think it actually did the Japanese act. September 2nd. Yeah, the war, so the Indonesian War of Independence started August 17th, so let's say by then the Japanese were, the 2nd of September is the official, and they surrendered, but I think they had already kind of August 9th and 10th. August 15th is when August 15th, Japan surrendered. Yep, a couple days later, that's when the war started. Denny, thanks for the sub. That's where we're flying into. Colonel I. Gusti Ngurah Rai International Airport. Indonesian national hero. Fought against the Dutch in the Indonesian War of Independence. Started only a couple days after the Japanese surrendered. World War II. We're looking good on our descent. We have our minimum in place. So just flew past, that was the island of Lombok we were flying over. City of Mhz RAM. Over there. Where the clouds are. Wish the free drone camera wasn't always gets a lot of whack.
Center, Wagoneer 815, Kilo Oscar Line Tango 1 Lima, departure at 10,500, climbing flight level 120. Wagoneer 815, radar contact, continue climb flight level 330. Continue climb flight level 330, Wagoneer 815.
Nida Island right there, and then Bali up behind it. The airport's gonna be right around there, I think. Kind of given. And right there, we're gonna go loop around, and then headed to the east.
Melinda 177, climb flight level 330.
Climb flight level 330, Melinda 177.
Batik 8061, continue descent 10,000, QNH 1012.
Continue descent 10,000, Batik 8061. Center, Prosper 749, Kilo Oscar Lima Tango 1 Lima, departure at 10,400, final flight level 120.
749er, radar contact, continue climb flight level 330.
Continue climb flight level 330, Prosper 749er.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. I just wanted to come by and ask if everything was going okay.
Thanks for asking. Everything is going great.
Just give me a buzz if you need anything.
Cabin crew, prepare the cabin for landing.
Transition is at 11,000. So it's flashing right now, but must be above 5,000 feet. We should have no problem with that. You can see the lip coming down really quick. Pull out the brakes.
Wagoneer 545, cleared Kilo India Delta Uniform 1 Alpha, arrival. Cleared Kilo India Delta Uniform 1 Alpha, arrival, Wagoneer 545. Emirates 398, heavy, cleared Mike Oscar Victor Mike 1 Echo, arrival.
Cleared Mike Oscar Victor Mike 1 Echo, arrival, Emirates 398, heavy.
Tear me down, please. I always appreciate it when they don't give me the clearance. They just make me sit at 10,000 and think, okay, there we go.
Contact Bali West Radar 119.3.
119.3, Batik 8061.
Have a diamond. Dots going down. And
Bali West Radar, Batik 8061, Bet 1 Echo, arrival at 10,400. Batik 8061, radar contact, continue descent 5,000, QNH 1012. Continue descent 5,000, Batik 8061. Batik 8061, continue descent 3,000. Continue descent 3,000, Batik 8061.
approach checklist. Briefing confirmed. ECAM status checked. Seatbelts on. Barrow ref 1011 set. Minimum 280 set. Engine mode selector normal. Approach checklist complete. Probably did that checklist just a little early. Medium auto brake for our landing.
Bali West radar, Emirates 398, heavy, move 1 echo, arrival at 8,600, descending 5,000. Emirates 398, heavy, radar contact, continue descent 5,000, QNH 1012. Continue descent 5,000, Emirates 398, heavy. Emirates 398, heavy, continue descent 3,000. Continue descent 3,000, Emirates 398, heavy. Melinda 171, continue climb flight level 120. Continue climb flight level 120, Melinda 171. Batik 8061, fly heading 090, continue descent 2,500.
Fly heading 090, continue descent 2,500, Batik 8061.
Radar, Singapore 947, heavy, Colt 1 Lima, departure at 1,900, climbing flight level 120. Radar, Wagonair 545, Kinji 1 Alpha, arrival at 8,800, descending 5,000.
Melinda 171, contact Ujung Pendong Center, 128.1. 128.1, Melinda 171. Singapore 9047, heavy, radar contact, continue climb flight level 120.
Continue climb flight level 120, Singapore 947, heavy.
Wagonair 545, radar contact, continue descent 5,000, QNH 1012.
Yield in
Continue
sight.
descent 5,000, Wagonair 545.
Batik 8061, fly heading 090, cleared by nav, approach at 1,700, runway 09, report established final track.
Fly heading 090, cleared RNAV, approach at 1,700, runway 09, report established final track, Batik 8061.
Wagonair 545, continue descent 3,000.
Continue descent 3,000, Wagonair 545.
2,500.
Landing gear down.
All station seats for landing, please.
Batik 8061, established on final track.
Batik 8061, contact Ngurah Tower, 118.1.
118.1, Batik 8061.
Emirates 398.
Ngurah Tower, Batik 8061, on final, 09.
Batik 8061, wind 159 degrees at 4 knots, cleared to land 09.
Cleared to land 09, Batik 8061.
Ngurah Tower, Qantas 044, heavy, runway 09, ready for departure.
1000.
Qantas 044, heavy, hold position. Hold position, Qantas 044, heavy.
Hundred above. Minimum.
Continue.
$50, $40, $30, $20, retard. 10, 5.
Batik 8061, when vacated, contact ground 118.8.
When vacated, contact ground 118.8, Batik 8061.
Flaps retracted.
Qantas 044, heavy, line up,
Landing
runway
lights off.
09.
Taxi
Line
light
up,
on.
runway 09, Qantas 044, heavy.
Lobato.
Ngurah ground, Batik 8061, runway vacated with November 4.
Cabin crew, please disarm doors.
Batik 8061, taxi to gate 305, November 4, November Papa.
Taxi to gate 30 via November 4, November Papa, Batik 8061.
Okay, gate 30. Get on. Nice, I'm gonna send this for 0. Guess an A30, so off to our left.
Ngurah ground, crossbit 745, parking 33, request pushback and start up.
Crossbit 745, pushback and start up approved.
Pushback and start up approved, crossbit 745.
All these planes.
Ngurah ground, crossbit 745,
I'm noticing some issues
taxi.
here. Oh, that's why, because it's
Crossbit 745, taxi to holding
Beautiful.
point runway 275, November Papa Alpha, November Papa, November 1.
Taxi to holding point runway 27 via November Papa Alpha, November Papa, November 1, crossbit 745.
Crossbit 745, hold position.
Hold position, crossed 745.
I feel like that plane's the wrong way. It's about to taxi out. They do the weird with the AI traffic kind of taxis when they get pushed back. It'd be so great if we had numbers on the gates. But this is, I believe, the default airport. Get what you pay for. Where?
Prosper 745.
Usually the
Continue taxi.
PSX stuff will be set up there. Wonder if it's at that city link.
Prosper 745.
Prosper 745. Hold position.
Okay, we're gonna do like a little counting.
Hold position, Prosper 745.
4. There. Gates. Put a 29.
Get ground. Emirates 398. Heavy. Runway vacated with November 3. Emirates 398. Heavy. Taxi to gate 23 by November 3. November and Papa. Taxi to gate 23 by November 3. November Papa. Emirates
The gate numbers aren't right.
Heavy.
They don't match. They never match.
Prosper 745. Continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Prosper 745.
Oh, please. Sometimes you can't have 100% accuracy with getting into the gate because it's hard to tell what gate is what. No numbers. Follow me just goes wherever he wants to go. We're gonna go in this gate. LGS next to Pound Sand. And oh, this is gate 30. So this gate's marked right. For some reason GSX doesn't think it's. These planes are parked a little too close. Okay, parking brake set.
You are currently parked at the wrong parking position. You are currently parked at the wrong parking position.
Fine, I guess we just next here. I have no idea what gate we're at. Actually, I think if I free it, it'll just tell me what gate I'm at.
You are currently parked at the wrong parking position.
Revoke parking services.
You need to stop the engines to request
Get
parking
ground,
services.
Wagoneer 545. Runway vacated with November
Parking brake
3.
is set. Bleed is on. Lights are off.
Wagoneer 545.
And
Taxi
domestic
to
switch is
gate
off.
21 by November 3. November and Papa.
Taxi to gate 21 by November 3. November Papa. Wagoneer 545.
Boarding requested.
Prosper
38.
745. Hold position.
Hold
Taken right
position,
off.
Prosper 745.
Thermal power
Go
on.
ahead.
Fuel pumps off. Ground control off.
Hi, Captain. Microphone check, please. Clear enough.
Belt
4
signs
out of
off.
5. Roger. Cabin.
Hey, we're kind of just sandwiched in here between some Vietnam, Viet jet. That looks prepared to read all those tails. But all right, let's check out Valenza. Check out the flight. Done really quick here.
Ladies and gentlemen, your portable electronic.
Big enough. Okay, there's Volanta. Yeah, pretty straightforward flight. That's little bit different arrival route. Okay, landing rate negative 246.
Continue taxi.
Let me grab our actual flight time.
745. Gear ground, KLM 836 heavy, runway located with November 3.
KLM 836 heavy, continue taxi via November 3.
Continue taxi via November 3, KLM 836 heavy.
Alright, so we have a block time of 2 hours in sim, and a flight time of an hour 42. Gave off a little bit of time there, about 20 minutes. Landing rate negative 246, a little bit better than last time. G-force right on the dot. 695 miles. Landing speed a little bit low, but right around where we want it to be. Okay,
request taxi.
That's a good right there. Let's pop open the world tour map.
Request taxi.
Everywhere we've been so far on this world tour. Let's just zoom in. Not too much, because there's Indonesia, which is huge actually. Okay, we're right there. And we're going to be flying to the other end, to Jakarta. Next flight tomorrow morning, bright and early. So I hope to see you guys all there. And thanks for coming along on this flight. Until next time, happy flying.
Melinda 157,
take care.
Taxi to holding point runway 27 by November Pop Alpha, November Pop, November 1. Taxi to holding point runway 27 by November Pop Alpha, November Pop, November 1, Melinda 157.